My name is Craig Spitzer, and I am the founder and CEO of A2C. We are an IT and data and cloud consulting and staffing company. We started out doing consulting and staffing around data, moved into cloud because it was natural, and now we are flying through, moving ourselves way deep into the cloud space. And in that process, we have brought on a few people who are as good as it gets in that space. And this is Sabiha, and she is, I don't want to say one of them, she is the one. So why don't we let Sabiha say hello.
Well, gosh, thank you so much for your kindness, Craig, seriously. But to all of our viewers, yes, my name is Sabiha Malik. I am the VP of Sales, US Central, and very excited for my role. You know, something that you had mentioned was getting very deep into the AWS cloud space. And so as someone who's been in the ecosystem now within the AWS partner network for several years, it just seemed like it was a very natural fit for me to come in and really make a splash in Central and also help to expand A2C's footprint in the cloud space, both in Central and then obviously make our way off to the West Coast too. So
the thing that's interesting, one of the things that's interesting to me, and as we kind of started and you started and got us quickly involved in the reInvent Roadshow in Chicago, is that I got to sit in a bit of a smaller environment other than the massive amount of information being thrown around and discussed in Las Vegas at reInvent, and get some more detailed understanding of what AWS is doing and is wanting to do with clients and with the whole cloud environment. And I truly walked out of there thinking to myself, any company in any place on the planet Earth that is doing anything may or may not have different reasons to use one piece of technology or another, but they absolutely have to be crazy to not at least interact and investigate and explore what AWS is doing. And the fact that we are now involved in that after our deep history in data, I'm thrilled about. And so to me, on a daily basis, I constantly ask our president, Joe Caddy, is everybody, and specifically since you started, is Sabiha getting everything she needs to succeed here? So why don't I ask that?
Oh my gosh. So the short answer is yes, okay?
Okay, everything's finished.
You know, I have not had an opportunity to tell you, Craig, that I think one of the things that I appreciate the most about A2C coming into this role in my very short tenure here is the speed and velocity at which everything is happening. Like, I think the thought and I say the word or the sentence, I speak it, and then someone on the team goes to work making it happen. And that to me has just been remarkable, because I wanted to be able to come into this role, do what I do, you know, and I'm very good at it, but then to have the backing and the support of an organization who's gonna, one, trust me to do what I'm doing, but then provide me with all of the resources to be able to do that job successfully and quickly. It's just been awesome. That's my favorite part about A2C. And you're not so bad either. So.
I appreciate that. Listen, as an entrepreneur, what you want to do, in my opinion, to succeed is to understand what needs to be done short-term, long-term, and get it done as quickly as possible. And I don't mean to speed through things. As I say to my son, don't do things just to get them done, do them to get them done correctly. But that doesn't mean take your time.
Right.
And the clock moves, time moves, and there's nothing we can do about that. But there's a lot that we can do about affecting what we do during that time. And so I love to hear that, because I'm not interested in doing things anything but very fast and correct. And the industry is moving in a cool place, and to have somebody such as yourself who has such experience, not only with the technology, but with all of the different operational needs that go into providing the service that we need to keep growing the company and bringing on more clients is fantastic.
I really appreciate that feedback, and I will share with you that our customer base and our prospect base also appreciates that. The ability for a partner like A2C to come in, right? Nobody's heard of us in Central and on the West Coast, and so we're making a big splash. But everyone's asking, who is A2C? And when I come in and I explain our nimble and flexible design and our ability to simplify things for customers and come into the market being a cost-conscious partner and to be able to do projects quickly with deep expertise, they absolutely love that. And so I think with your very entrepreneurial background, spirit, and vibe, it meshes really well with the types of customers that we're coming across right now.
And I think the fun thing is, and it's fun for me and for us, and I think ultimately beneficial to our clients, is that historically, our client base with my last company, our client base with this company, my kind of relationships inside of the client base have been historically with Fortune 1000 companies. And now we're bringing the strict way of doing business that you need to kind of step into and step in line with when doing business with those large, very politically based companies. And very operationally complicated companies with all the rules and regulations that go along with it, to now take that eye and bring that to the small and medium business space, I think gives us a very good outlook on how to do things properly, and it gives these companies the ability to have someone service them who is used to dealing with much larger companies and giving the same level of service to the smaller companies. So I think in the end it says that we are going to be very conscious of the quality, the high quality of work that we're delivering.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It makes total sense. You know, a lot of folks within the AWS ecosystem know me, and they asked me, so what was it about A2C? Why did you pick them? And I was talking to other organizations, and of course, any mindful, successful person would be exploring different options, right? But I've been telling everyone that one of the many reasons that I chose A2C was when I learned that the delivery side of the house, how projects were being delivered in such a methodical and professional way, delivery was never going to be the issue. We were always going to be able to execute on these projects. And that to me was one of the most important factors, because you can go out and you can have an exceptionally strong sales force. But if they're putting SOWs in front of customers that, one, aren't realistic, but if they are realistic and you can actually get them to move forward on the deal, if you can't deliver on the project, what's the point? You still have an unhappy customer and you have a technical problem that hasn't had a solution for it. And so that was a primary reason why I wanted to come to A2C. And then the other piece of it was that because A2C historically has had that deep expertise in working with these very large enterprise-grade customers, we can now, to your point, extend that same level of expert guidance and knowledge to SMB customers and even to startup customers that they love working with us. So, yeah, I think we're definitely in the right spot and very excited to be working with you.
What you said as far as how we deliver at a high quality and have the expertise that has been there to deliver to large organizations, you know, companies like Santander Bank and Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley and et cetera, that there's no way that we can grow at the speed that we want to grow at without delivering perfectly, because we want our clients to stay with us and refer people to us, and the AWS ecosystem wants them to adopt more and more AWS tools to help them run better and grow themselves and everything. So that is paramount to our growth. So
Yeah.
I'm thrilled that we're actually doing it.
Yes.
And this is all very exciting.
Yeah, no, very much looking forward to a very fruitful 24, but also, you know, I'm envisioning the next 3 to 5 years. It's going to be a rocket ship.
Yeah, me
so,
too.
yeah.
Here, here.
Yes, you're here. We're here. We're here for it.